All right, let's jump right into a story that's got a little bit of everything. It's part thriller, part romance, and it's all about a massive pop star, a terrifying stalker, and the one guy hired to protect her who she absolutely cannot stand. Or can she? So, this is really the central question, isn't it? What do you do when the person who's supposed to be your savior is actually the person you're trying to get away from? I mean, imagine your life is on the line, but the solution feels more like a prison. That's the tension at the very heart of this story. Okay, so first meet Sasha. She is living the dream. We're talking sold out arenas, endless parties, complete and total freedom. But that dream comes to a screeching halt when a hooded figure steps out of the shadows and leaves behind a chilling message, a magazine with her face on it and a death threat scrawled right across it. Now, you'd think after a threat like that, she'd welcome some protection, right? Nope, not Sasha. She is fiercely independent, and the absolute last thing she wants is a shadow. Her parents insist, but she is ready to fight them on it. This quote right here just says it all. To her, a bodyguard isn't protection, it's just a total buzzkill. And then Damon walks in. And let me tell you, he is not the boring old guy she was picturing. He's young, handsome, in Sasha's own words, an exquisite specimen of a man. So naturally, she tries to turn on the charm. But he is a total professional, all business. When a baseball comes flying straight at her head, he just snatches it out of the air with one hand, doesn't even flinch. The message is loud and clear. He is not here to be her friend. So really, the first act of this story isn't even about the stalker. It's a full-on battle of wills. You've got Sasha, who craves freedom and a little bit of chaos, going up against Damon, who is basically a human wall of rules and control. And she is absolutely determined to break him. And this little comparison tells you everything you need to know. Her current boyfriend, Theo, he panics over a spider and seethes with jealousy. Damon, on the other hand, is a shield. When Theo gets aggressive with Sasha, Damon doesn't just step in, he physically tosses him aside. It's a very clear sign that Sasha's used to dealing with boys, but she's just met a man. Since he's so unshakable, Sasha officially launches Operation Make Him Quit. She throws everything she can think of at him. A ridiculous 4 a.m. coffee order? He nails it. A mountain of shopping bags? Doesn't even break a sweat. She even fakes an injury, and he just picks her up and carries her. Every single attempt to annoy him just backfires, making him seem even more competent and, to her, even more infuriating. This all comes to a head at one of her concerts. When some fans rush the stage, Damon leaps into action and carries her off. She is furious, yelling that he's ruining her career. But his response just cuts right through her anger. He says, "Your life is in danger, ma'am. You have to treat everyone as an enemy." And that's their whole problem in a nutshell. His job is to see threats. Her job is to see fans. Their two worlds were just built to collide. All right, so now the story takes us to Paris, the city of love, but in this case, it's also the city of escalating danger. This is a huge pivot point in the story. A big concert forces them into really close quarters, and those professional walls that Damon has built so carefully, well, they're starting to crack. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Sasha happens to see a photo of a beautiful girl in Damon's wallet, and immediately assumes it's a girlfriend. But the truth is so much more tragic. It's his sister who passed away, and he blames himself for not being able to protect her. That's why he became a bodyguard. And her one dream, it was to see the Eiffel Tower. All of a sudden, his overprotective nature isn't just a job, it's him trying to atone for his past. This changes everything. Sasha, who has a crippling fear of heights, insists they go to the top of the Eiffel Tower for his sister. And when they're up there, she says this to him. It is such a huge moment of vulnerability. The same woman who wanted to escape him now admits he's the only thing that makes her feel safe. And Damon meets her there. He's not just an employee anymore. He is holding her at the edge, helping her face her biggest fear, and he asks for her trust. It's a quiet, powerful moment that completely shifts their dynamic from just client and protector to something way, way deeper. So after that incredible emotional connection, Sasha decides to just go for it. She asks the one question that's been hanging in the air between them this whole time, the one that could change literally everything. And his answer is just brutal. No, it would never happen. He explains that getting emotionally involved would compromise his ability to do his job. And just like that, The professional wall slams back up, leaving Sasha completely heartbroken, thinking she must have imagined the whole thing. But they don't exactly have time to dwell on heartbreak, because as soon as they're back from Paris, the threat makes its final move, and the identity of the stalker is revealed. And it's the absolute last person anyone would have suspected. So picture this. Sasha is in the library, and she hears Damon scream her name. A giant bookshelf is toppling over, about to crush her. In a split second, he shoves her to safety and takes the full impact himself. He winds up in the hospital, but he saved her life, literally putting his body on the line. So who pushed the bookshelf? It was Tessa, her best friend. And when you look back, the clues were all there. The suspicious coffee that Damon checked, the box of rats that appeared right after Sasha confided her fear to Tessa, and the final piece, Damon actually saw Tessa sneak into the library just moments before the attack. The threat was never a stranger. And the motive? It's as old as time, just pure corrosive jealousy. When she's confronted, Tessa confesses everything, revealing that the person Sasha trusted most was her greatest enemy all along. The betrayal is just absolute. So with the stalker finally revealed and the danger gone, there's nothing left standing between Sasha and Damon. The professional contract is over, which leaves only that personal connection they can no longer deny. And the very first thing Damon does after confronting Tessa is resign. He finally admits what he denied back in Paris. He can't fight his feelings for her anymore. But he would only say it once he was no longer her employee, finally satisfying his own code of honor. And Sasha, ever the quick thinker, finds the perfect loophole. She looks him in the eye and says, "If I fire you right now, will you be my boyfriend instead?" It's brilliant. She erases that professional barrier on the spot, and he responds with a kiss. They finally get their happy ending. You know, their whole story began with this hard line drawn between a client and a protector, between duty and desire. And for Sasha and Damon, erasing that line is what led to love. It really makes you wonder, in a world that's so defined by professional roles, is the biggest risk breaking the rules, or is it never finding out what happens if you do?